And I'm in a pickle here.
Okay.
In a situation with my wife. She was diagnosed with stage 3 cervical cancer.
Oh my gosh.
And she was been bleeding profusely. They could barely stop the blood from, coming out. But lo and behold, we managed to get that under control. And in the meanwhile, I've been scrambling, trying to find a way to get her back into the States. My dilemma is she is a green card holder. We've been over here doing ministry for many years. Not as an excuse, but the bottom line is COVID-19 hit. Her card expired that year, the 19th, so obviously the world wasn't moving. I feel we're stuck like Chuck, and I hope that's not the case.
All right.
That's why I'm calling you.
Okay, so you need to do two things immediately. First of all, there's something called an SB1 visa. An SB1 visa is a visa that is given to a permanent resident who presumably under the law abandoned their permanent residence, but can prove it was not their intent to abandon their permanent residence because of COVID. They were doing ministry work. They left their family behind back in the United States, or their cars, or their homes, or their property, to show that they still have ties to the United States of America. It was never their intention to abandon their permanent residence, and to please give me back my green card. That is what needs to be applied. You apply directly at the U.S. Embassy in the Philippines. Now, the problem is there's COVID. There's probably very few staff there at the U.S. Embassy. So not only do you have to make the SB1 application, but you have to get to somebody at the embassy with a request for a humanitarian expedite, so that way they would accept your application and bring her in front of everybody else because of this severe medical emergency. That is what you need in theory. Now, how do we do this? That's a whole other thing. Okay?
Right.
The first thing is you got to make that application, and you got to get online, even if your appointment is in 9 months from now. Just get an appointment. Once you have that appointment, then you work on expediting to move it up. You submit the medical records, you submit an affidavit, and you get it to the right people at the U.S. Embassy. Obviously, we can help you get it to the right people at the U.S. Embassy. Show that humanitarian situation that's going on here. This is life and death, and get your wife in there much faster. I think the next thing is consultation. Hold on one second, okay?